Okay, so this is my opinion on buying physical video games versus buying digital video games. This is something that I've kind of thought about on my own, and then a YouTuber that I watch daily, Monday through Friday, Spawnwave, he spoke on something that I've always thought would happen. So maybe a couple months ago, he posted in his video about the Nintendo eShop. Now, I don't know if it was Nintendo Wii or Wii U. I'm not sure. I would guess and say Wii U because that's the most current one. But I don't know whether it was Wii or Wii U. It really doesn't matter. But basically what he said was they're not paying people anymore to monitor that eShop server for the Wii or the Wii U, whichever it was. So if you're a digital buyer and you buy all your games digitally, you basically had a certain time period to download all of the games that you could to your system, because after that time period, you're not going to be able to have those games anymore. So that means when that time period comes, all the money that you spent in the eShop for digital games, if you don't download them, you don't have them. That's it. And then you could also run into this. Running out of hard drive space. You may not have the memory for all of the games you downloaded, depending on what type of memory you got. So you just bought all of these games at $60 full price retail. All these games over the years through the Wii or the Wii U's lifetime. You just buy all your games digitally because you like digital. You buying all these games, and then they say, hey, y'all need to download all the games y'all bought because we're about to leave and go move on to something else. We're not monitoring these servers anymore. And you're downloading games, and then you run out of space. And if you don't get those games in that certain amount in that window, that's it. All them other games you bought that you didn't get, gone. They are gone. They are gone. So this is, in my opinion, this is why buying physical copies are just better. A lot of people say digital is better and you don't gotta swap games and mess with cartridges and stuff like that. I like that type of stuff. I like to be able to touch what I've spent my money on. I like that. I like how stuff looks on my shelf, my library of games and stuff like that. I like that stuff. They become collector's items. Like all of that stuff eventually becomes a collector's item over time. I am a heavy collector on a lot of things, with video games and physical copies of things being one of them. Even, and with digital, like let's say you did want to sell something, like the games I have physical, if I didn't want one for some reason, I could just be like, here, and I could sell it to someone. Can you do that with digital? No, you can't. You can't ever sell that. Like, never. With my physical copy, I can get some type of money back, and depending on what game it is, I could get 4, 5, 6, 7 times the amount on that product. Not saying that I would do that just for the money, because I just made another video talking about basically resellers selling stuff for 5, 6, 7 times the price. But you could have an item, a game, being valued at a lot of money. You cannot do that with digital. Now we're going into an era where they seem to be trying to move over to digital gaming. I don't like that. Like, we even have a PlayStation 5 version that's about to come out that's just all digital. Now what happens, when the Xbox, I don't even know what this Xbox is called. I don't fuck with Xbox. but this new Xbox and this PlayStation 5, you know, years from now, after they come out with the next system, and they just all the games you bought on that new Xbox and new PlayStation, all the digital ones, they just decide, you know what, we're done with the PlayStation Store on this piece of hardware. We're on to the next one. So y'all need to download what y'all bought now, because after a certain time, it's gonna be gone. So you just buy all that digital stuff on your digital PlayStation, or even on the one that takes CDs. You just buy all those digital games we don't even know the price of the games yet. We would hope 60 because that's what they're at now, but they might be 70, 80 bucks. We don't know. But you just bought all of these digital games, and then one day they just decide, you know, we don't want to monitor these servers. We don't want to pay these people to monitor this shop. We're on to the new system, and y'all need to download y'all stuff now, because after a certain time, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. But me, I'm gonna have all my physical games. So don't matter 10, 15, 20 years from now, I'm still gonna be able to put a CD in my PlayStation 5 and play it. While y'all have y'all's digital PlayStation 5s and have only everything that you were able to download onto that PlayStation 5. That is my take on physical versus digital. A lot of people say that digital is better. That's their opinion. Me, my personal opinion, don't even make sense. I would rather be able to touch what I've spent my money on. But that's just me. I guess people are just really that lazy where, I don't want to have to switch the game. Like, there's something so strenuous, like, you know, popping the case open, taking the CD out, putting it in the game, taking the game out the game or out the system and putting it in the CD. That is too much for people in 2020. That is way too much for gamers in 2020 to have to do that. To have to get up and go to the store and get their game. Even that in itself is an experience. For me, at least. You know, doing stuff like that, like midnight releases of games where you're out with, you know, fellow fans of whatever game y'all are waiting for to get that night, and just talking on the game and stuff like that. Even that whole thing is an experience. And doing digital, like, people won't even have that experience anymore come in the near future, because, you know, they just really trying to move digital. For one, the companies are trying to move digital because that's less money they have to spend on cartridges. They don't do booklets no more, but cartridges and just game cases, and I guess game artwork, printing out the artwork for the case in itself. So that's saving them a lot of money, and they're like really converting everyone to that lifestyle, and they just, you know, they making more money off of us, spending less to give us less. Yeah, they spending less to give less, because we all know where we at in the gaming world today. They'll come out with a whole game same day, more content, characters, stages, battle pass, whatever, that you can buy, instead of just putting it in the game to begin with. So we're losing. Y'all already trying to do away with physical copies of games, and now y'all are making games, leaving part of the game out, and be like, hey, we got this extra piece that really should have been in the fucking game that y'all can buy separately for 20 more bucks. What the fuck? That's where we at. I hate it. But I love video games, so I mean, I kind of gotta conform to it. Like, I just have to deal with it, basically. I really don't like the digital gaming thing, though. I don't like it at all. I want to be able to touch my money. Like I said, everything that I spend money on, I want to be able to touch it. I don't want to just blow it and have nothing to show for it, like a lot of people do with their money. So that is my take on buying physical games versus buying digital games. Don't like it. I'd love to hear y'all's opinions, and that's it for the video.